Some technology being presented that actually lets you recess things like wireless access points. Again,
Yes.
reflective ceiling plan, it hides it away. It's a simple rough-in with a can and a Cat 5 pull or 6 pull, and then a paintable surface on the top. This was some technology. It's actually dye sublimation technology, and you can print anything on a film, wrap it over a speaker grill. And what's interesting about this is that paint can clog the holes of these speaker grills. This technology didn't do it.
Right.
And there were some people playing with matching wood grain, marble on a backsplash, or either paint color or wallpaper, repeating the pattern. And if you put the wallpaper on it, there's a durability impact. This actually had a really long life and stood up to a lot of terror.
A lot of that has been born out of what's going on inside of custom automobiles, where they're trying to figure out how to aesthetically make it pleasing inside of a custom automobile. But a custom automobile has got extreme heat on the inside. You've got vibration. It's a violent environment. And so this stuff turned out to be incredibly durable when you put it on a speaker and then put it in a ceiling or in a wall.
Very cool. Again, things like security cameras that can be recessed, and you still need, if you have a dome camera, you're going to have that protrude, but you do have a lot less material showing. It's prettier, it's less intrusive. Other examples of these are flush mount kits that let your keypads, outlets, and even your speakers be absolutely flush to the surface. On the speaker side, the speaker comes mounted in a piece of sheetrock, and that sheetrock is installed on the ceiling, butted up with other sheetrock. They tape over it, and you've got a beautiful finish with just the grill is flush to the ceiling. It's a nice, elegant
Absolutely, and this is one of those things that came out of those discussions with interior designers who said, "I just want it to go away."
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And then in New England, where I come from, there's colonial homes, and often the modern look of the keypads don't necessarily fit. So to recreate the old toggles, push buttons, there's companies that come out with these beautiful materials and sort of period controls. Well, behind it has electronics to work with a control system.
Right.
Really cool stuff. And then
making new stuff look old.
Making new stuff look old. Flush mounting touchscreens, keypads flush mounted. You know about this? This is a Leon product.
Absolutely, I believe so. Yes.
Yeah. So talk about who's the artist here?
I can't tell you the name. I don't know.
But this is that piece slide over the speaker part, or is that the way that sets up? So I don't
know that one specifically.
Yeah, this is companies that will actually have artists do artwork that will cover up on-wall speakers or subwoofers. I think this was just showing a recessed speaker in the ceiling. You can hardly see the speaker. Nice, elegant. Another new product at CEDIA last week from actually Hunter Douglas, and they showed it for the first time in a room. And the product is a decorative sheer shade that behaves like the other shades you've seen here. Behind it is a second tube and a second motor that lowers a film. And the film is white to the outside, like you'd see in a normal room darkening shade. And it's silver to the inside. So when you drop your sheer, you have the outdoor light coming in. When you drop that film behind it, it'll act like a room darkening agent. And then they have a fully tunable white light that shines down between the shade and the film, and it lights up the shade. And you can tune it, you can do the circadian rhythm. I have a short video, if you can jump to that shows it. It was literally launched last week. I think it's gonna come out in the spring. This might be the full video. Can you jump forward to about 40 seconds? Maybe not.
No, you cannot.
All right, bear with it. So the room was, it had a ceiling, it had 4 walls, it had 4 walls of shades, and it had a very well orchestrated demo. It's a little long, but let's get to it where they start lighting up the shades.
One of the things about this that was interesting, and I heard someone talk about it in the booth because I went over to see this, somebody had mentioned it, and we were talking about it, and they had used it in a room that had no windows whatsoever, and they dropped the shade and the light, and it instantly created this effect of, oh, that's the outdoors, I'm just not exposed to it right now.
Yeah.
It's very cool for a completely enclosed room, but.
The System 7 showroom that we saw today, they actually have a display where they have a light panel that is used to create a window experience, tunable white light with, they can also make skylights in spaces that don't have any. So the lights go off, and there's someone narrating all this, and they'll turn the lights on in a moment, but you'll see the effect. So remember in the lighting presentation, they were saying that you can wall wash with light, and when you bounce the light off the wall, it gives that ambient lighting. This lights up that room in a really nice way without having any glaring light, so it was another nice effect of that.
Yeah, that's beautifully done.
Yeah. All right, we can go back to the PowerPoint. All right, Liz. All right. Ways to connect the indoors and the outdoors. I think we doubled up on that one. Work from home. We talk about this. John has a big say on this, and I don't think we do enough to really make these rooms the studios they are. But there are some commercial products. This is one from Logitech, and this is in a family room, so it's not necessarily just work from home. It's a way to do the Zoom calls with the family itself. Enhanced audio, microphone arrays to pick up the audio.
Right.
There was Clear One had a boardroom product there that they're trying to get into residential, where it goes in the ceiling and it has that mic array, and you can walk around and pace like I do when I'm on the phone and have quality audio throughout the space. This was a house I was involved with in also Los Altos, coincidentally, and an architect built this for her family and used it as a show house for clients. And that glass wall opened, and it was the only time that a commercial airline hangar piston system, that red piston, actually went up to the roof and went out to the front, anchored in the front, and that entire wall opened flat. And one of the things they had is there was a pool, there's a lap pool in that downstairs. They weren't allowed to put a pool outside to local code. So by opening that glass door, the outdoor comes in, you got the pool, there's a hot tub just on the outside, and the husband was a Star Trek fan, so they made that little homage to Star Trek for the dining room.
Very kind of them. Yes, thank you very much.
This was an interesting storage hiding or appliance hiding aspect. All of your countertop stuff can go behind this glass wall. It was motion activated. Thought that was a pretty cool piece of home tech. These are homemade videos, so forgive the poor quality of them. This is a picture of the outdoors with the glass door opening and open, all connected to the control system. Another shot of that backsplash. That's the dining area with the door open. Air piston elevator, like you see when you drop your money into the bank.
Just like the one in my house. Yes, exactly.
And then this was an interesting. This had an interesting stove. I don't think this is actually in, but behind it was a spice rack, and the knives came up out of the counter. And so really clean, because it was a big open area, so having clutter was the big thing they tried to do. So they had that backsplash and that sunk in. And we're going to close with a couple bloopers. How many have you seen in your day?
No. All this stuff goes flawlessly.
Yeah. So here's a great lighting design. Obviously, they had more loads than they needed to. This is a great picture to use to show the difference of what one keypad looks like versus 8 or 9 wall switches.
Well, I always like taping off a switch that you're not going to use. I think that's a very effective and aesthetic look on the wall. Yes.
This was running out of space for your TV, not having a good pre-plan on that. Your AV room wasn't quite cool enough, keeping all your electronics cool. creative
yeah,
way.
There you go. Yeah.
Creative
Mounting
way.
systems meant for the gods.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Creative way to hang your projector. This was a Halloween party. Put a touchscreen in that was my pumpkin entry in a Halloween contest once.
Perfect.
Not having quite long enough screws to hold the TV into the wall.
Yes. That's a great sound, by the way. The sound of a TV
Yeah.
coming off the wall and landing perfectly face down, knowing that it was completely destroyed. So,
Well, that's the end of our presentation. I appreciate you letting us hopefully give you some things that you can show.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, and David, thank you. It's always a pleasure.
Absolutely.
Go see Wilson Electronics. They've got some really cool cell boosters for mobile and home applications. So he's downstairs there if you
yeah, if you've got any multi-million-dollar clients who are still making phone calls from their driveway, we'd love to solve that for you.
All right, guys, thanks for putting up with us. Look forward to seeing you at the next event. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon. Appreciate it.